Diary, you are watching us on the Echo of India's digital platforms. And before we move ahead with updates on regions with our reporters, let me share with you some important points which are in news today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today mocked the Congress for its shrinking numbers in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Citing that the numbers have dropped below 100, Modi claimed people were punishing the party for the false promises it made about poverty eradication and farm loan waiver. Attacking the RJD Congress alliance in Bihar, the Prime Minister repeatedly reminded the people of the Jungle Raj they presided over when rampant booth capturing robbed the poor of their right to vote. The state has left behind the darkness of insecurity and anarchy under the leadership of Nitish Kumar, he said. 10 states in the country today witnessed thousands of people queuing up outside polling booths, allaying the fear of coronavirus to vote in by-elections to 54 assembly constituencies, including 28 in Madhya Pradesh, where the BJP is locked in a high-stake contest with the Congress to save its government. COVID-19 guidelines were in place as the first pan-India electoral exercise in the pandemic began with election staff in personal protective equipment suits, more polling booths to prevent overcrowding, thermal screening, sanitizers and masks and gloves for voters, as well as markings to ensure social distancing. Supreme Court today expressed unhappiness over the pendency of a plea by a convict seeking pardon in the Rajiv Gandhi assassination case for over 2 years with the Tamil Nadu governor. The apex court asked the counsel for petitioner AG Pararivalan, who is serving life sentence, whether the court can exercise its jurisdiction under Article 142 of the Constitution to request the governor to decide his plea of pardon filed under Article 161. Article 161 empowers a governor to pardon a convict in any criminal case. Now there's something positive. In positivity in true sense, India's active COVID-19 cases have fallen below 5.5 lakh and now comprise merely 6.55% of the total infections as the number of recoveries crossed 76 lakhs, the Union Health Ministry said today. The slide in active cases is supplemented by an exponential rise in recoveries, it said. And in US, President Donald Trump and his Democratic challenger Joe Biden today ended their most divisive and bitter election campaign with fervent appeals on social media to undecided Americans to vote for them as they pledged to take the country out of the woods. The presidential election has been billed as one of the most divisive in recent American history. And now we move on to our reporters.
Good evening, this is Ashmita Mandal presenting you news updates from Kolkata. Amid fear of water and power crisis in Durgapur region, our senior officials today said that the West Bengal government is hopeful about repairing the damaged lock gate of the Durgapur barrage by Wednesday. According to him, efforts are on to dry the river bed area near the gate and cranes have already been deployed there to pull up the broken gate. Since the river bed area is not dry enough, personnel of the irrigation department are struggling to initiate a full-fledged repair work of the gate. The officials said but expressed hope that if work commences by this evening, the repairing will be done by tomorrow evening. In a ray of hope in the fight against COVID-19, a senior official of State's Health Department today said that everything goes well. Phase 2 clinical trials of Russian vaccine Sputnik V will commence at College of Medicine and Sagar Datta Hospital by the end of November. He also said that all necessary surveys, including visit to the hospital to check its infrastructure and cold storage facilities, have been carried out by a site management organization before starting the process. According to Shenendu Konar, the head of business development at site management organization CliniMed Life Sciences, a report on survey finding has been sent to the Drug Control General of India for approval. He said, "We have visited the site, conducted check on its infrastructure as well as facilities for storing vaccines and immunogenicity samples." And the updates from Shiliguri. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today arrived at Bagdogra on his way to Bihar for election campaign. At the airport, he was received by Minister in waiting from the state government Gautam Dev, BJP MPs John Burla and Nitish Pramanik, Darjeeling DM and CP Shiliguri. According to Dev, the PM had a talk with the DM for some time and then he left.
Good evening, I am Razia Begum from Andaman and Nicobar Islands. A major fire gutted old wooden structure of CCS building at Bhatubasti into ashes today afternoon. Around 5 fire tenders and 2 water boozers engaged to douse the flame. Even the ambulance was kept standby for the emergency. The house at first floor is completely burned out. Statements are taken from the family for the loss and damage. And the CCS manager will give the details of the stock. The building is unsafe to stay further and the cause of fire is under investigation. No reports of casualties or injuries have emerged so far in the incident. As always, timely action and plan by the firefighters, however, averted a major catastrophe in the region, saving other properties worth of crores. Another news is Jamaat-e Ulema Andaman provided free auto services to the travelers. Around 30 to 40 auto ran in the city free of cost. So that's all from Port Blair.
Viewers, this is all we have in Reporter's Diary this evening. Thanks for watching.